the world of celebrities is full of drama and controversies. But little did we know that the mega businessman's wedding would spark controversies higher than skyscraper. This is Celewood World and I'm your gossip buddy Dhruvi. Today we talk about the much anticipated wedding of Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez. Don't be fooled by the rom-com wedding, because this wedding had protests, celebrity snaps, wardrobe malfunctions, carbon footprint debates, and more drama than a Real Housewives reunion. So get comfy, because the Amazon King's big day was anything but a prime delivery smooth. Let's begin with Venice itself, the dreamy, postcard perfect setting. Except not everyone was falling in love. While Jeff and Lauren were busy booking out entire canals and ancient castles, the local Venetians were ready to throw the bouquet in protest, right into the Grand Canal. Activists came out in full force with banners that read, "No space for Bezos" and "Kisses yes, Bezos no." Protesters even floated inflatable crocodiles around the wedding venues and tossed Bezos' effigies into the canals. Venice is not your billionaire playground. Locals complained that the city was transformed into a private ballroom for the elite, while bridges closed, tourist areas blocked, and police presence was high. It wasn't just a wedding, it was a full-on takeover. And then there was the irony no one could ignore: the climate hypocrisy. Because nothing screams save the earth quite like a multi-million-dollar wedding that flew in celebrities on private jets. Environmental activists had a field day when photos emerged of Leonardo DiCaprio sneaking into the wedding with his face covered like he was on a covert mission. The internet has exploded with memes. When you fly private but post about the rising sea levels. To make matters more worse, this was the same wedding that sparked hours of boat traffic and endless generator-powered party lights. Environmentalists were quick to call it greenwashing, especially after reports said that Bezos donated a few million euros to local lagoon projects. Critics said, "Nice try. It's like pouring Evian on a forest fire." Just imagine what the budget of this environmental killing wedding would have been. Estimates placed the wedding between Euro 40 to Euro 48 million, with some outlets claiming it went beyond 60 million US dollars. Yeah, that's right. The kind of money that could build entire neighborhoods was used for a 3-day extravaganza featuring historical venues, water taxi convoys, and imported orchids. The arsenal, once a Venetian shipyard, was converted into a luxury fortress, causing even more logistical chaos. Locals couldn't move, tourists were stuck, and even some invited guests had a hard time getting in. The city essentially became a velvet-robed VIP lounge. But what's a controversial wedding without a few good old-fashioned celebrity snubs, right? Enter Charlize Theron, the icon, the queen, and apparently not a fan of the Bezos bash. Reports surfaced that she not only skipped the event but threw major shade, calling the whole affair exclusionary and flat out saying they suck. Yikes. That's not just a toast, that's a complete roast. Meanwhile, A-listers like Oprah, Kris Jenner, Kim Kardashian, and Mick Jagger did show up. Speaking of drama, let's not forget the fashion flops. Leonardo DiCaprio's girlfriend, model Vittoria Ceretti, reportedly had a near wardrobe malfunction when her vintage Dolce & Gabbana gown ripped right before entering one of the parties. A few fashionistas said it was the best thing to happen at the wedding because even billionaires can't avoid kosher disasters. One source even joked, Bezos spent $50 million and the zipper still broke. Coming back to the logistics. The wedding was originally supposed to take place at the iconic Scuola Grande della Misericordia. But after public backlash, the couple quietly moved the ceremony to the Venetian Arsenal, adding layers of secrecy and even more security. Tourists were blocked from landmarks, drones hovered over the canals, and paparazzi had to rent boats to get a decent shot. It was part royal wedding, part military operation. And while local businesses did benefit from the spending spree, hotels were booked out and taxi drivers made a killing. Many Venetians still feel like their city was sold out to the super rich. Some even argue that events like these bring much needed cash flow to the struggling city, but many locals counter that the profits go straight to high-end investors and global corporations, not everyday Venetians. A handful of donations from Bezos, even generous ones, won't fix a housing crisis or stop rising waters or save the lagoon. It's like tossing a gold coin into the wishing well and hoping for systemic change. So was it a dream wedding or a tone-deaf billionaire parade? That depends on who you ask. For Lauren, it was a fairy tale come true. For Jeff, it was a public display of affection and power. But for Venice, it may have just been a high-priced headache with a glittery guest list. That's it for today's episode of Celewood World. What do you think? Was the Bezos wedding worth the controversy it created? Tell us in the comment box. And remember, no matter how rich you are, you're still just one ripped dress away from a fashion emergency. Until next time, stay sassy, stay sharp, and stay out of Venice during billionaire wedding season.